So I had a really great time at Pride. It was fun. I managed to go and I managed to fursuit. There was one little mishap that happened though, but other than that, I was living it up. It was so much fun. Now, when I first got there, I parked my car, I got suited up. I was carrying my head around for a little bit, looking to where my friend was so we could meet, and then we could properly start our walk to the area where Pride was being held. So we found each other, put my head on, and off we went. First I was a little nervous because this was my first real time public suiting. I didn't know how people were going to react. I know if once I got down to Pride, it was probably mostly going to be positive reactions, but you never know, especially when it's just people who are not attending Pride and are just kind of wandering around. And I live in a very red state, so you just can never be too cautious. And I will say there was one negative reaction I got, but that's for later on in the video. So it actually started out awesome. I had a lot of people calling me cute, saying that I looked adorable and so fluffy, and oh my god, it just gave me such waves of dopamine. I got hugs when I first got there. We were waiting in line to, be checked in, be scanned, just little metal detectors. And of course, of course there were homophobes there, as there always were, but there were only like 5 of them, so it was pretty puny, even less than the last Pride I went to. There was just a tiny little band of them, so naturally we just started making fun of them, and I ooh-wooed at them, I just waved my paws all around, I was just, we just kind of make fun of them, and we kind of shoot spitballs at them a little bit, and then we just ignored them because they didn't even stay the whole time, so it wasn't even worth it. Now, the only problem was, to get into the actual little Pride portion, I couldn't wear my head. I couldn't. I tried to ask the woman there if I could just hand over my ID and be like, this is me, can confirm, and then if I could just walk in without my head and then put it on after I got in, and then maybe once I got to the exit, I could just take it off again, show my ID again, or at least reveal that it was in fact me, but it wasn't allowed, so I was just like, okay, that's fine. So I figured I would just put my head back in my car and come back, which is what we did. So we came back, we walked around for a little bit. I was wearing my paws and my tail, which almost immediately when we got back, there was a whole group of furries. And I noticed that there was another guy who had his head, he was just carrying it around. And I was like, well, they made me take my head off and they wouldn't even let me bring it in. I thought that was weird. Interesting. So we were all up in arms about that. Me and the other furries were up in arms. Because one person said that they were made to put their head away in their car. Another said that they just couldn't bring theirs in. And then the third person said, I was allowed to bring mine in. That was the guy with the... I have a picture with him. I'll show it, at some point. Or I'll put it in the community tab. And so I was talking with them for a little bit. We were just discussing how ridiculous it was that we weren't allowed to wear our fursuit heads in Pride, but it was for safety reasons at the end of the day. And I also met another furry who, they didn't have big beans like my paws, but their beans squeaked, and it was super cute. So yeah, we talked around a little bit. We walked around, looked at some booths, got a few things, got some pins. And one of the furries actually gifted me a little Ace Flag Condi star. Don't know where I'm going to put it because it's currently in my backpack. Because my parents are ace phobes. Woohoo. But, you win some, you lose some. So after a while, I got a little bored walking around. And I was like, I think we should go back to my car, and I want to put my head back on, and we can just wander around outside the event and just see how people react. And it was really, really awesome. So we started by just kind of wandering all around. We decided to go past the little area under the bridge. There's a big walking bridge. And so we went past that, and we went onto the bridge. I got some pictures with some folks. They gave me hugs, high fives and the paws. It was great. So then we walked up the bridge, and we were going to go through the whole thing. But we just got to the first top part, like up the ramp, and then we stopped where the bridge actually started. And we were like, I don't think we want to go all that far. But while we were on the bridge, I was just chilling, just walking around in suit. This guy, just random old guy, just takes out his phone. I didn't see it because I couldn't see. But according to my friend, he took out his phone and just took a picture of me, non-consensually, without asking. So now I'm probably in some weird homophobic boomer Facebook group with my picture on that bridge, and potentially my friend. I'm pretty sure my friend is in there as well. And with a caption saying, "This is what's wrong with today's generation," or like, this is what's wrong with people these days. And it was just super weird. It's like, please just leave me alone. I didn't ask. You're just non-consensually taking pictures. I know that's not illegal, at least not with between two grown adults. He's lucky I'm an adult, by the way, and not a child in this suit. But I still don't understand the whole culture of just non-consensually filming or taking pictures of other people. Like, it's incredibly rude, especially just when I'm in a face covering like this. But whatever, who cares, I guess. He can have his little tantrum online on Facebook with his friends or whatever. If I can haunt his dreams wearing this, I consider that an achievement. So, walked around some more. And then we walked around, and there's kind of a big grassy area of a park. And then there's a playground. And so we were getting all around there, and then I hear little kids on the playground. Oh boy. So I'm kind of like, oh boy, how are they going to react? Well, I hear them scream out, "Furry, furry!" And then these little kids just come running over to me. And so I do the protocol where you get down low, get on one leg, where you just kind of squat down, hold out your hands a little bit, you wave, give high fives. Some of them wanted hugs, so I gave hugs. It was so precious. Oh my god, I was dying on the inside. It was so cute. And the parents are like, "Oh, look at the animal, look at the fluffy." And so it was super nice. They just wanted to keep playing with me. They're like pat on the head. It was amazing. It was just the cutest little wholesome experience. I did make one kid cry on accident. I didn't mean to. Apologies. I understand sometimes seeing this might freak you out. So we looked back around, went back to where Pride was. I did take my head off, and we just went inside, and I just held my head for a while. My arm was sore for like 2 days from holding my head alone. I didn't realize how heavy this is. It's quite heavy, but I don't know. Oh, I probably am panting very hard. Whew. I don't know why, because I've been in suit longer than this, but I did just get off work. Whew, I'm not going to subject you guys to this for much longer. I don't know if you can hear me panting or not a little bit. But yeah, we just kind of hung out, watched some drag, got a picture with another furry in suit. My first picture in suit with another furry, also in suit. Rah, accomplishment. So then we just kind of hung out, and then when it was time to go, I just popped fish back on, even though it was dark, and I just followed my friend back out. He said it was his first time being like around a furry with a fursuit, and it was great. I even got the number of at least one of the furries in like the other furry group, and they said that they were trying to bring a bunch of furries together so we could public suit. Don't know if that'll work out. Maybe it will. But yeah, I had a great time. It was so much fun. And I have to take this off now. I think I may pass out a little bit. Whew. If you enjoyed, Please like, maybe subscribe. One, one like equals one molecule, oxygen molecule going into my lungs.